nothing with it.
What do you want me to do?
Something like so you could just like hit a button and that would be our audio grab. What is that called? Like our sound bite. But you didn't do that.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, I mean, and don't do it fucking now. Don't do it now.
Why? Okay.
Because,
God, you're so fucking demanding.
well, somebody's got to fucking be in charge of this shit, and you obviously proved 2 weeks ago you're not capable.
I did great.
You did not. You literally called our guest a fucking dinosaur, you asshole.
He's old, and he was purple.
Dude, as soon as that came out of your mouth, I don't know if you could see my reaction on the camera, on the fucking feed. My jaw bounced off the floor.
Well, here's the deal.
Of all analogies, of all of them that you have, stupid shit to say, that's what you said. As soon as it came out, you knew. I was like, please punch yourself in the dick, because if you're not gonna, I'm gonna.
I came back and said it's like seeing Bigfoot too. It's like you
just made it worse.
No,
it's fucking comedy of errors with you that day.
First of all, we did great because we were going to go off their cameras, and I said no, we'll set up our cameras. Their cameras all died because I'm a genius.
Well, ours were hard lined in. Theirs were not.
I know. Well, that's their problem.
But that was just the most insane setup ever. When I walked, I keep telling people about it. I'm like, there's a sound, like record studio sound booth going on in there. There's fucking cameras and shit. There was one dude spent the entire 2 hours walking around us with a video camera.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like being moderately successful for an hour and 26 minutes.
Yeah.
Look at us.
I mean, it was a little longer than that because that whole afterwards was...
It was great.
It was surreal. I was telling everybody, I'm like, I legit got my picture taken with more people that I had no idea who they were.
Yeah.
And thought we were legit celebrities.
Well, we did good.
Shook hands.
We did good.
Did you hear the fucking uproar coming from the living room afterwards?
Yeah.
As soon as we cut it?
Yeah.
I was like, and all of a sudden there's people everywhere. Like, where'd they all come from?
They were all watching it on YouTube on that TV.
Yeah, but I mean, when we started, there was like 6 or 8 people there.
I know. I think they all came through the front door.
When we were done, there was like 30.
I know. And
we had our fucking own beer person. We didn't have to get up. We just kind of looked over and nodded our head and fucking beers came.
Life is better when you have like a beer assistant, you know?
Yeah.
That was great. Because I was moderately hungover when we were starting.
Oh yeah, see, I was sober.
Ish.
Yeah, I think I might have had a contact buzz from walking into the living room. Something burning. Yeah. Man just looks at me and smiles.
Yeah, he liked you way better than he liked me.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Daryl's driving the show. Here we go. Daryl'sDriving.com. Go.
Two Dolts, Chris and Daryl, yeah, they run shit. Current world events and forever on some dumb shit. Fun lit with a Bush Light, especially. Even though they always getting banned, allegedly. Crack a bourbon, peep the sermon, it's just 2 Dolts. And you know they hold it down like it's 2 ropes. So crack a bourbon, peep the sermon, it's just 2 Dolts. Taking over in the game, bringing new hope.
It's party time, baby.
Welcome to the show, everybody. We're back. And look, zero view. We go from having a packed house to this shit.
Well, we're back. We've
But I can hit my button now.
You ain't black.
Because we don't have a black guy.
Leave the fucking soundboard home. Why? No. I love how so I mean, I guess we're gonna kick this off. We didn't do a show last week. We're gonna get into why we didn't a little bit later. I have some choice words. Anyhow, that's just me, and I'm gonna.
You're like a prototypical Monday morning quarterback. You're like a first round draft pick Monday morning quarterback.
Yeah. So anyhow, we're gonna rehash what happened 2 weeks ago.
Sure.
Probably I wasn't starstruck by any means.
Right.
But I was enthralled. I was excited. I was giddy. I had a lot of emotions going around. And
you had your period.
Both of us were like, what's going to happen? Well, then all of a sudden that Rolls Royce pulled up. Doom, doom, doom. And Afro Man stepped into the fucking door and he just took the whole door up. He's a big dude.
Yeah. I didn't think he was going to be that big.
I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched his videos of his shows and stuff. So I'm like, all right, he's moderately sized. He took up the whole door frame. He walked in and he just stood there. and it was light outside, and then it got dark, and I'm like,
Racist.
yeah, I was waiting for that. I threw that one right up there.
And in walks the biggest Mexican I've ever seen.
I once he started bullshitting,
Yeah.
like as soon as he saw my Michigan hat and gave me shit for it,
Yeah.
like all nerves and everything went out the window. I'm like, all right, we're just gonna shit talk here.
Well, we
gonna
were
have a
like
good time.
giddy driving up there. You and I think we're talking just to talk. You know what I mean? Like we were just trying to get past what was going to happen. Like at least I was. I was just like,
Yeah.
you know, we're just making up stuff to talk about. And then, yeah, I was a little nervous getting set up. It was hot as fuck in there too. When we're like,
Well, yeah, you were running around. You're the tech guy, so you were running around. I was literally just holding a cord in my hand, and that cord was also known as my dick, doing nothing, drinking beer, and trying to help what I could. But I didn't know what the fuck you're doing.
you're like, how can I help? Like, get the fuck out
You
of
literally just move that furniture and get the fuck out of the way. Get me a fucking beer. and you were running around. It was very warm. It was warm in there. I mean, that's why I'm glad it's fucking glue. Got the door open and everything. But honestly, man, we prepared the notes. You had them printed out. Shit to talk about and follow-up questions and all that. Like it was honestly, that was as professional as we were about to get.
That's as professional as we can be as well.
And that is also very, very true.
Yeah.
And even talking to those guys afterwards, they were fucking pumped. These people that helped us put this on were over the fucking moon happy about how that turned out.
Yeah, it went well. Yeah, it went surprisingly well.
There was a couple of, all right, aside from you calling fucking Afro Man a dinosaur and then calling him fucking Bigfoot. The only other slip up I remember, the only other slip up was you got way too fucking eager. That one, you were asking a question and you talked so fast, dude, I couldn't catch up. Afro Man was high as fuck, and I could see through his sunglasses, and he was just like, "White boy, slow down." And I'm like, "Chris, you just." I
was overdosing on nicotine pouches.
That was it. Other than that, man, I thought that went well, and I sent you that screenshot of our from our friend the other day. Our number one Two Dolts fan, and we're gonna have him on the show one night. And he says, "I was making maple syrup. I've watched that 2 times back.
Yeah,
and listening to Afro Man, it was like he was talking just to me. He like fucking had an out-of-body experience. I'm like, bro, we get it, man.
Apparently maple syrup gives off a lot of fumes.
Hallucinogens.
Well, one thing I took away from it, and really what I wanted to talk about during the interview is like, sure, anyone can go ask about like fucking, do you do beats first or melody, or you can get into that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But I knew with your old school rap like library you have in your head, and I don't have that. So, but one of the things I wanted to do is make sure that we talked about how he got started and like, how he realized like he had that ability and that kind of stuff. And that to me kind of like set it to then just be a chill conversation. And it was because that was the only thing I really wanted to get out is talk to me about this, walk us through that. And then he told the story about getting the guitar from the guy that he used to help.
Yeah,
and
the guitar and the amp at the church. Yeah. I mean, once and that was the thing, those guys, Josh, and I don't know I can't remember the other kid's name.
Talon,
yeah. They're like, just get them talking. You're fine. And that was our goal. We're like, all right, man, you had all those questions. And out of those 3 pages, I think you literally asked that question you just said. You just got him going.
Yeah, I think I got to 4 total things I wanted to talk about. That's it.
Yeah. Out of 15 bullet points we had. Yeah. And it was just getting him going. Once he started talking and letting him talk, and then we just throw something out there and we'd all have a laugh and whatnot. And he just got to talk. And it was a great day. I was very, very happy. That is how I want this podcast to actually be. Yeah. I mean, legit. That day, I almost cried when we were done. I was like, that is what I've been begging for fucking 3 years we've been doing this. Right. Granted, we can't get Afro Man all the time. I got his phone number. Well, he asked me. I don't know why he didn't ask you. I actually do know why he didn't ask you.
I didn't have my phone with me.
That wasn't it.
And you guys were just like talking about Master P and shit. And I'm like, that must be some sort of sensei. He must teach judo in a strip
I
mall.
mean, there was one. I mean, he was talking about something, and he was telling a story, and I said something, and he just comes right out. He goes, "Man, I like you. Yeah, I like you. You're a shit talker. A guy from New York. You, New York guy." And he just kept coming.
And I'm like, I grew up
we're fucking friends
8 miles away from this fucking dickhead. Like, I'm from New York too, you fuck.
But he loved the fact that it took, I don't know how long it took people to realize that this is a Michigan hat and we were in fucking Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Well, we were a little south of Columbus.
That was funny. It was funny. And it
was a day, dude. When we were driving back, I didn't know what to say to you. I didn't know how to talk about that. I
didn't know how to talk either because I smoked the rest of his weed.
Yeah.
So
after the fucking, I don't know how, the ounces or bales of weed that were smoked around there, and the amount that I had breathed in, there was no reason we needed to go to that fucking casino.
No, but it was a good time. It was a great time.
It was. I mean, the whole way home, I was like, I actually listened to the fucking first 45 minutes of that podcast.
Oh, really?
On my phone on the way home. And I was very, very, very happy about how that turned out. Yeah,
it could have went a number of different ways. Like, one of the things I was scared about is that he was going to come in, like, because I was kind of like, first of all, it got thrown at us pretty quick.
Yeah, so let's go back to that.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
We mentioned this before, like October, November.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be late June.
Yeah, so you told me like October, November, hey, there is a very real chance we can do a podcast with Afro Man. And I assumed we were going to do it like this. Mm-hmm. He was going to be down there with the weed guys, and we were just kind of zoom it up or whatever. And that was that. And then I came down here. I got in the lab. I fucking did research. I wrote notes down in my notebook, and I had questions and then follow-up questions and all bullet points and shit. And then nothing happened. I'm like, I'm not pushing it. If it happens, it happens. So I was expecting, similar to you, that, hey, man, it's March 3rd. How about you guys come down end of June? Give you 3 months.
Sure.
Come down here. We'll set you up. We'll get everything ready to go. We got Afro Man. We'll hang out and do all this fun shit. Nope. Fucking Monday, before that podcast took place, I get a phone call from Chris as I'm on my ladder outside changing my security cameras. Don't be mad. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
Nothing good comes when your best friend says that.
That is true.
I mean, this was good. And he's like, we need to be in Columbus Saturday by 4 p.m. I'm like, what? And I got my earpiece in for my phone, and I'm walking through the house, and Chris is inside working, and I'm walking through the house just pacing through doors going, she's going to kill me. I am absolutely getting divorced. I can't do this, dude. So she comes outside after I hung up with you, and she goes, so why am I going to kill you? And I'm like, so hear me out. This isn't my fault.
and in these conversations, you call me her brother, just so it hits less. Your brother.
And that's like, every time I have to soften a blow, I'm like, so anyhow, your brother, because you guys really fight. You guys fight like brother and sister.
We do,
So, and she's like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm like, "No." And I think she saw it in my eyes that she knew originally when we talked about this how much I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, this isn't Ice Cube or Snoop or Dre or anybody like that. It's fucking Afro Man. Basically a one-hit wonder, but he's been making music for fucking 30 years. And good music too.
Yeah, and the level of talent that he has too, just, I kind of went, like, once it happened, like, so I have a meeting with these guys every Monday, and they're like, oh yeah, anyway, so Afro Man Saturday. I'm like, what? So,
let me call Daryl.
Yeah, my life is a little fucked up because, like, Tanya works some weekends. Every time there's something cool to do, she happens to be working that weekend. She was working the weekend that I had to be in Columbus. So the in-laws kind of came in, hot and heavy and watched the kids. And, and I remember texting her and I'm like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever texted you, but I'm sorry that I have to go do drugs with a rapper on Saturday.
Way to soften the blow, homie.
Yeah. But I mean, I wasn't going to miss it. And honestly, I would have asked my mom to drive to Ohio. I would have rented a hotel room, had her watch the kids. I would have done. I would have gone to that
That
extent.
was mentioned while we were on the phone.
Yeah.
You're like, I might have to, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no. And thank God we had literally nothing going on. Alba had a volleyball tournament that day, Saturday. And I said, I'll fucking get up ass early Saturday morning, drive, get down there. I'm like, hey, let's go have some lunch before we got to go set up and all that shit. All of a sudden we get to your fucking hotel room. I'm just set my shit down, open up my suitcase. You're like, oh, we got to go. I'm like, what? Afro Man's on his way. We have less than an hour. You're like, it's only a 20, 30-minute drive. I'm like, bro, it's almost an hour down there.
Yeah. And here's the deal. Like, you expect a rapper, and this is by no means racist, but you expect him to not be on time.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be there at 2. You show up at 11:30 noon-ish, right?
Yeah.
And we planned on being there between 12:30 and 12:45. So I thought we had all the time in the world. The dude calls him. He goes, oh, yeah, he's going to be here at fucking 1 or some shit.
Yeah. He's on his way to be here in like 1.
I was like, we got to go. And you're like, and I'd rather have that happen than to hear, hey man, he called and it's going to be 7:00 now.
Yeah. I would 100%
be
early.
Yeah. You're just sitting in your shit. And now that's when your mind starts to go all fucking batshit crazy and stuff like that. But for us, it was like,
we just walked right into it. We didn't have time to think. We
Yeah.
had no time to think. And I think that benefited us.
And honestly, like the way that they wanted the sound to work was really scary to me for what we wanted to do with this, which would be to broadcast to people and then save it and then put it live on our thing. Because I'm like, I need to go through the board, and Josh was like, well, our guy will figure it out. So we get it all set up. We finally get there, get it all set up. We're running wires fucking everywhere, and the guy runs from the mics to my board mics to his board to my board. And then I go, okay, so let's do mic check real quick while Afro Man's in the kitchen smoking weed and stuff like that. And he goes, yeah, it sounds great. I don't know if you remember this. And so I plug the headphones in and I start testing the mics. I'm like, it sounds like fucking shit.
Yeah,
so
you had me bouncing around all the microphones.
Yeah, I'm like, so we drove all the way. I bring everything that I own. Every cord I've ever bought since like fucking 2006 was with me.
From Radio Shack.
No shit. And this guy's going to make it sound like shit? So I was like, no, it sounds bad. And that's the one time where I felt like I had to like really take charge of the thing and be me.
Yeah.
Because other than that, I was just kind of just happy to be there. I don't care how they wanted to shoot it. I don't care where we wanted to sit, like whatever. But man, like it was up to me. We would have had the green screen because then I could have put our logo behind it.
Yeah.
You know,
we could have moved the chairs we were in to the green screen side, moved the thing over.
If the timeline presented itself to be that way, it would have been great to do that. But yeah, no, we were in fucking hurry up mode. And then, when he walked in, man, I was just like, this is really happening.
I know.
Because I got a bunch of text messages like that day, like as I'm driving on Friday. And even Saturday morning, and I'm expecting it all to fall apart. Worst case is we go hang out and have a couple drinks and do whatever. And every text message I opened up, it's like, hey, it's still good. It's good. It's this. It's that. Hey, and then they start saying, like, I think on Thursday, I'm getting packed up, ready to roll.
I remember this.
And they're like, well, they need your questions. I'm like, first of all, who's they?
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. I sent over everything I had. And they're like, well, we wrote a bunch of questions too. I was like, great, share it with me. I'll print it out. They never did that. So then we get there and the Josh guy goes, yeah, so do you have the questions? I'm like, you never sent them. And he goes, well, I'll send them to you right now. I'm like, what am I going to do? Like print them out of my butthole?
You did ask if they had a printer. Can you like whip them out real quick and whatever?
Yeah, because I can glance at something and you know, I have the ability to fucking do that shit. But fuck, there was just no way. And so, but there's a lot of ways. How did you envision it was going to happen?
Honestly?
Like compared to what happened, how did you envision it?
Honestly, exactly how it went down.
Okay.
I did. And that's why I said I was giddy. I got a little emotional over the whole thing. I'm like, I know this is some dumb shit that you and I do. Mm-hmm. I started during COVID just so we can hang out and have some drinks from 1,000 miles away, however far it is.
776.
Yep. Okay. Same thing, close enough.
To your door.
Numbers. And this is what I've actually, I wanted this podcast to turn into.
Yeah.
Whether it's our friends, whether it's a friend of a friend that has a business or something, that's what I saw. So when that went down that day, afterwards, when the high, to use that term, the high kind of came back to me, I was like, that I don't think could have went any better.
Yeah.
Aside from you calling fucking Afro-Man a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's part of my charm.
I know what you were doing. Your fucking mind was going way too fast. Your mouth could not keep up.
Yeah.
Do you want to know? Yeah. But I mean, walking outside to grab a breath of fresh air. Well, and walking out there and seeing a fucking Rolls Royce, I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, for real?
First of all, if
and
you
had
think,
expired New Jersey tags on it
from 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, 23. They are 23.
So even one of the guys the guy that we were talking to that was an ex-cop, he called.
Oh yeah.
he called it in and was just like, if you see a Rolls Royce with an expired plates, just let him go.
Yeah, don't pull him over.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it was great because I mean, I guess I don't recall them telling us exactly how he knew him or how he was involved or anything, but he only lived, they said, like 45 minutes away from them.
Yeah, and we touched. I wanted to make sure I touch on that too because like he always says he's a city boy, he's a city boy, he's a city boy, and then I think he was back in LA ish, and stuff started to kind of pop back off again after he was already famous and shit, and he had met some girl that was in Ohio, and he's like, "Fuck it," and her brother sold him like 5 acres, and he's like, I can buy 5 acres of property for like, I think it was like $5,000 an acre. Yeah. So he's got this old farmhouse and he lives maybe 40 minutes away, maybe, I think.
Yeah, I think they said 45 minutes. Yeah.
And I mean, and one of the things I kept trying to ask him and he didn't bite on it, but like, I kept saying like, we don't have this ability. So it's kind of weird to even ask you this question, but like, you can go home today and write the greatest thing you've ever written because it just comes to you. And one of the things that songwriters talk about all the time is, when a song comes to you, a lot of people like would just say, I actually thought somebody else wrote that song. And I think sometimes these guys are just dialed in so fucking hard. Oh yeah. And I asked him how fast. Like, is that something you worked at, or is that something that just came to you? And he talked about Because I Got High. He was like, no, it took like 3 days total, and that was like kind of fitting into the thing I wanted him to go down a little bit, but he didn't bite on it. And then you said something, and he totally bit on it, and then I was just like, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. And then me shutting the fuck up caused my brain to go into what I would call a tizzy.
I'm letting fucking fat fucking retard boy over here run this fucking thing.
Go on, you fat bitch. I'll just sit here like an asshole.
And you just kept repeating that. He's a fat piece of shit. He's a dynamic piece of shit. And I'm like, bro.
Well, I said, no, I think I said you're a phenomenal piece of shit.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I mean, not that it made it any better.
No.
But whatever.
Dynamic means you have multiple talents. Phenomenal means you're good at one thing.
Wait, what?
I don't know. But no, it was a great time. And honestly, the walking out afterwards, we walked outside. We said bye to him. He cut a little promo for us that I got to figure out how to get in front of the fucking insane asylum thing. He couldn't have been fucking cooler.
No, he couldn't have been. I mean, he could have big timed us and whatnot. And
but a lot of times
whether he even knew that, I mean, there was 5 people watching us on Facebook right now.
Yeah.
And that's a lot for us to do this. I mean, again, I know this is a podcast and people listen to them later.
It used to be in the 20s
driving.
before Facebook did what Facebook did to us.
And all that stupid shit.
Raping.
And I was like, these guys treated us like we were fucking Joe Rogan.
Well, we had like 15 or 16 people watching during that thing on a fucking Saturday matinee.
Yeah, and there was a fuckload of people in the house that were, I could hear them laughing.
Yeah.
They had the door closed, but I could still hear everybody up there laughing and shit.
What's funny, the one girl, Stephanie, with the nose ring thing.
Yeah, she was our beer girl, right?
Yeah. She works for the company, and you know when you meet someone, you go, I know this person isn't going to like me all the way.
Yeah.
You know? But she pulled me aside afterwards, and she's like, you said things that I was trying to control my laughter. And I was like, you should have just fucking laughed.
I heard her snort once.
Yeah. I was like, next time.
Yeah, I think you could see me turn my head. I'm like,
Yeah. I'm like, next time, just fucking laugh, please. Because like, I don't know. I think we did really good. I think we should be really proud of ourselves.
I am 100%.
I'm setting our sights high for the next one. We're going to try to get Corey Haim. No, Corey Feldman. Corey Haim's dead. So actually we're live right now with Corey Haim.
And that's why nobody fucking pays attention to this podcast.
No, I think we're going to book a sex and relationship therapist or counselor. She's not a therapist. And that will be funny. But yeah, I think we could open it up to more things. As this company goes to wreck.
Again, this is company
Southern Ohio Botanicals. Yeah.
Southern Ohio Botanicals is the one that helped us put this all on. And they were medical marijuana.
Yep. They're just
looking to go recreational, but they had to wait for a bill to pass in Ohio, which it did.
It got passed, yeah.
So now everybody's got to jump through the fucking hoops and just wait and figure out what they
can do.
So
it goes to regulation and all the other kind of shit. But
there was a facility full of fucking weed at that place.
Yes, and once it goes into play like full time, there's a lot of people that have their name on likeness stuff for weed. Number one, Ric Flair. So I would love to be able to sit down with him for a half hour.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I got drunk with him with Kyle one time. That was great. But fucking extra. But yeah, it was good, man.
Well,
I think we did okay. I think we should be very proud.
I think we did more than okay. I think we knocked that fucking thing out of the park. I really do.
I wouldn't call it a home run. I'd say we got to bat 4 times. We hit 4 doubles and a triple.
How can we do that with 4 at bats? How can we get 5?
I'm not good at math.
At-bats? Obviously,
I'm not good at math, but I think we did good.
There's no way I'm finishing this. It looked like 4 glasses of margaritas. Absolutely, I can do this. You put it in a fucking pitcher. It's way more.
10 minutes later, I need more. I need something else. Yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool. I don't think it could have went any fucking better. And I had a lot of anxiety when you were, there was probably a 15-minute thing when I hung up the phone with you. Come on,
thanks, Phil, though.
When I hung up the phone with you and you're like, great, well, I'll just go down and clean my area up. And I text you back.
Yeah.
Like, no, motherfucker, you need to be there. Like, you need to be there in person.
I'm like, I'm going to straighten this up. Kind of class it up a little, get rid of the fucking Vinny signs. And you're like, no, we need to physically be in Ohio. I'm like, I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
I know what happens. And as soon as I told my friends from Columbus, they all fucking showed out that night.
Mm-hmm. And they were great. I've never met Jamie. We've talked to her on this.
She was at my wedding, you asshole.
Yeah, but I was too drunk to even talk to anybody at that point. I was still trying to bang Sammy's wife. Girlfriend at the time, so I could have done it. Yeah, man, they were all cool. Everyone was great. It was
the conversation got a little weird.
Which one?
Fucking Lee, Jamie's brother. He has a way to just fucking get me to say stupid shit.
That's true.
I think it's his dreamy fucking eyes. I don't know what it is.
Good looking guy.
Yeah. His old lady won a fuckload of money that night.
Really?
I think she won all the money like times 2 that we lost.
Well, I think
we lost a lot.
Jamie's like, I need to go to the ATM. And I'm like, don't give up your spot. I'll just give you $100.
Yeah.
So I gave her $100. And then she gave me a $100 chip. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to go throw this on red or black. Red or black. She goes, fucking red. Gone. Like, well, there's gone. It was fun.
Yeah, it was. That was. when we ended up at fucking eating White Castle in the hotel lobby at 4:30 in the morning. The security camera footage has to be amazing.
So I go, we go through the drive-through. So we try to walk up. So there's a White Castle next to the hotel.
Yeah, literally next door.
Because I was like, there has to be a diner open or something. Let's just go get some food. Because we really didn't eat that much.
Nothing. I ate nothing.
Yeah. So I'm like, let's go eat something. Nothing's open. And to the point where nothing's open where we could drive to because we shouldn't have driven. And
thank God for Uber.
We walk up to the White Castle, doors locked, and the guy goes, you got to go through the drive-through. Well, this is like Daryl having to drive maybe 19 total feet to go from around the White Castle back into the parking lot. And I have been to White Castle one time. And what happened to me at White Castle was this. I was in St. Louis with Tanya. I had to go do a thing at a photography lab when I was working for that photography company. And
is that the one where they took those pictures of you and told you it's secret?
Yeah. It was like there was a black casting couch. It was fine. Yeah. It was fine. And she was going to go meet her friend out. And I was like, well, cool. Go meet your friend. I'll just hang out at the hotel after we had White Castle. And I remember I had to pee. So I'm peeing. And you know, like the after pee fart that you get sometimes, you know? I'm peeing and I do the after pee fart. And a 13-inch log came out of my ass and just took my boxers all the way down to the ground. And that's my only
weird. My underwear just fell off.
That's my only impression of White Castle is.
I'm impressed that it was solid. It's usually not.
Same. Yeah, me too. Especially back then. But so we're going through the drive-through and you're like,
well, we walked up to the drive-through first and kept knocking on the window. And the guy's like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, like, vroom, vroom.
We're a car. Hold on, dummy.
I think you said I identify as a car.
Yeah.
That did not work. So we hop in your truck. We drive 8 feet to the drive-through. And you're like, what do you want? I'm like, I just want as many burgers as we can get. And you go there, there's like a 48 pack. I'm like,
it
yeah.
It was a 20 count suitcase.
So they hand us a box.
It's a briefcase.
They hand us a box like we're in who want to let's make a deal.
Yeah.
Like a briefcase of burgers. and we sat in the lobby and just piled.
Well, you also ordered like 9 orders of French fries and 3 or 4 orders of mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
We each had 1 mozzarella stick. I got home and said, you know what I could really go for? It was fucking mozzarella sticks that Chris threw out.
They were so good. I think I had a few, but that was so fun, man. And here's what I know about White Castle. Adding on to the story. Number 1, after pee fart, log, boxers down on the ground. Okay. Adding on to that, for 3 days after, every fart smelled exactly like opening up the briefcase of burgers. Yeah. It's like they put these like onions with the cheese, and I'm sure that's not even meat what they put in the thing.
Yeah. I could tell it wasn't.
It was,
but at 4:30 in the morning, being ravenous as we were,
we needed to eat, dude, and we did.
We should have ate 12 hours prior.
Yeah,
they had pizza and shit at the house. I didn't touch it. I was too busy shaking hands, taking pictures, and fucking smashing beers.
Whoa! I got moderately high. I'm walking through the house, go to the bathroom, and I see this room. I'm like, why is that beanbag chair there? So, and then I see this guitar. I'm like, well, I'm just going to fucking play this guitar for a minute. So
I went to ask this asshole something and I couldn't find him. I mean, there's like a living room, bathroom. There's like a kitchen, dining room, then out into the garage where everybody was for the podcast. And then outside. I'm looking for Chris. Peeking around. Don't see him. Don't hear him. All right. Well, I'm here. Take a piss. Head outside. Walking around the driveway, looking. I'm like, maybe he's on the phone talking to his wife. Something's going on.
Like, is that Wonderwall?
You know? Yeah. When I come in the house and I hear Oasis. Motherfucker. So I just keep following the noise and I walk around the corner and there he is. Fucking eyes slanty as fuck. Sitting in this beanbag with his legs crossed and a guitar. And I'm like, dude, are you going to really? Really? He's like, hey, man, it just came to me while I was here.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck off.
Just had to play it. Just had to play it. You're like, we need to go. I'm like, yeah. It was so fun, dude. It was a great day.
I mean, Jamie texted me the next morning. I snoozed my alarm for 2 fucking hours.
Did you really?
Oh yeah. My alarm was set to get up at 9, so I could be home early afternoon to hang out with my family. Which after that shit show wasn't happening. We didn't leave the casino until almost 4.
Right.
Jamie's like, you fucking assholes. I'm like, what? I haven't been. It's 4:30 in the morning. I just got home. What the fuck happened? I told my friends I was going to be home by 11. You should know when I come to town, that shit's off the table.
And it's not like anyone was sitting there going, and this is what I hate about like hanging out with a bunch of people, right? Because there's always somebody like that goes, hey, I want to be home by like midnight. Well, you never stood on a fucking soapbox and said, we should go home right now.
No.
You never did that.
Hey, would you like another beer? You never said no.
Yeah.
We just kept going.
Well,
I asked Krista like earlier this week. I'm like, hey, I said, Chris paid my tab.
It was
my
like
card. And I said, how bad was it? He goes, you know how high Afro Man was? I'm like, yeah. He goes, like that. I'm like, fuck. So I didn't even look at my account, nothing. So I finally go to her the other day. I go,
it was like $130.
Yeah. I go, how much was it? And she goes, your biggest charge for the weekend was the casino, and it was $120.
Yeah.
Like, I was buying everybody beers. I did not give a fuck.
I tipped cash.
Just keep coming.
I tipped cash on it. So I tipped $40 cash on it.
Okay. Well, I told you to tip her, so I was trying to figure out if the $20 or $30 tip was in there. So $120 divided by 5 is a lot of beers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but that bartender was the shit.
Yeah. That was
She
awesome.
let us cut the line every fucking time.
So the way the casino set up, if you have a chair at the bar, you get served by the bartender. And then there's a place to wait in line. And so
when they get to you.
So fuckface walks up and he's just like, yeah. And he goes, we'll be right back. And she goes, I got you, sweetie. Like, I thought you knew that fucking lady.
No. Dude, I think
like,
she loved me. She was an older black woman. And I'm telling you, I don't know what it was, but every time we walk up to that bar and the line's 30 fucking deep.
Yeah.
What you need, smashing sweetie? 2 fucking beers down. I got you, sweet. I got you, sweet. Yeah. I'm like, holy fuck, this lady's the best.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't wait more than a minute for a beer.
No, not at all. Even when I went back to go get beers for me, you, and Jamie, she's like, what you need, baby? I'm like, God. She looked like Carl Winslow's wife from fucking Family Matters.
I was going to say she was a lot better looking gal from Letterkenny.
No. Yeah, I guess it plays.
Yeah.
If you put 40 pounds on Gail, 60 pounds on Gail from Letterkenny, she looks. So
you got a 130-pound black woman with short hair. So that's what you got.
Yeah, but she was awesome. She was awesome. She was really cool.
Like when I got up, like I said, Jamie was lighting me up, and I text you. You're like, I just left 30 minutes ago. I'm like, it's like 11, dude.
Yeah, I can't do the get up at 5 thing anymore. I just can't do it.
Good for you. I mean, plus losing that hour of sleep fucked us.
That's the other thing too. So I'm walking through the casino. I have a full beer, and I think it was 3 a.m.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the guy goes, now it's 4 and you can't drink anymore. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was like, well, I'll just finish it real quick. He's like, no, it's done. I'm like, well, why did they let me buy it? Well, why did they let him buy it? So I'm like, why are you doing this to me? He goes, it's not my problem. Like, I hate those guys.
It's not my problem now either, motherfucker.
I hate guys that
He's got a beer.
Yeah. Look at this fucking guy. I hate people like that, man. Just, we all know there's a time change.
Yep.
Hey, thanks a lot, Ben Franklin.
Finish your beer.
Yeah.
And just,
I'm like, I'll sit right next to you and I'll finish it.
Yeah.
No, throw it out. I'm like, you can just have it. I hand it to him. I'm like, you throw it out, you fucking dick. I hate people like that.
That was.
I think Stanford did a study one time where they had 10 people in this group. And then they said one person out of this group gets to be the manager at random. So random, not based on merit, not based on intelligence, not based on anything. They put one person in charge. Before one person was in charge, the group was excelling. Everyone was doing great. When they put one person in charge, everything went to shit. Because power corrupts people. And this is why I'm a communist. Just kidding.
Why is my trainer sending me pictures of me working out at 9:00 at night?
Please send me one of those pictures.
Okay.
You look like one of those guys that goes and exercises in a pool with all the fucking shitty old ladies, like my mom. That my mom goes to like pool
Water aerobics.
Your 5-pound pink weight. Yeah. It was so good. I made a mistake this week of I worked out with.
Here we go, guys. Here we go.
It's time to get summer body back in shape.
I'm headed there.
We're all there.
But by summer I'm gonna have like spring body.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which I'm gonna be fine with.
Yeah, we don't need abs.
I'm going tomorrow, actually.
I got them. But
I have them too. My trainer told me he saw them. That's because I was laid down and all the fat slid off to the side.
Did he have a camera up your asshole?
No.
Pushing on the bottom of your stomach? Attached to his cock? Yeah, I did leg day.
Oh, I know. I saw that.
Don't do leg day.
Did I do? No, Wednesday was upper body. I did.
You know that, did you get one of those water return systems for your shoulder?
Yeah, Big Hurt gave me one.
Yeah. So I have one for when I had ACL surgery. And honestly, yesterday.
I'm not gonna lie to you, these are fucking delicious.
Yesterday, I'm like, I can't keep ice bandaging frozen water bottles to my fucking left leg, fine. Right leg had ACL surgery. I think I was babying it for a long time. So the trainer did his job. I was moderately sore left leg. I thought I had rhabdo. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's.
I was hoping whatever it is, you were going to mispronounce the fuck out of it. And
it's like rhabdomyolysis.
Mitosis.
Oh God, I'm not going to be able to fucking.
Autoimmune deficiency.
Acquired immune deficiency.
Is it?
No.
That's
AIDS. Rhabdomyolysis is a serious medical condition that can be fatal or result in permanent disability. Rhabdo occurs when damaged muscle tissue releases its proteins and electrolytes into the blood. So I thought 2 nights ago, I went out Tuesday. So worked out Tuesday hard. Go out Tuesday to watch some of the playing games and stuff like that. End up drinking till about 11:30, 12. Get up, kind of sore, but manageable. Work all day. And then it's starting to get nice here. Not where you're at because there's snow, but it's nice here. Grass is starting to grow. And I'm like, this year, I'm not going to do patterns. I'm not going to mow the front, not mow the fucking way back. I'm going to mow it all in one shot. So I get on the mower. I fucking mow the whole thing. After that, my right leg is not working. It just gives up. Try to go to sleep that night. Wake up in the middle of the night. And it feels like someone's sticking fucking a razor blade into my fucking quad on my right leg. Left leg isn't that much better, but it's not killing me. So I go piss because I think, fuck, I might have rhabdo. Not to be confused with Rambo, which was a great movie in the 80s. I piss. It does not look like a fucking iced tea. So
I was trying to see what the fuck that was. I'm like,
yeah,
what is that?
That's rhabdo piss. So
brown.
Yeah. So I didn't have it, but holy fuck, dude. I put on heating pads. I'm stretching with heating pads. I went in the hot tub, stretched in the hot tub. It was killing me. Killing me. So yesterday I go to a comedy show, see Bill Burr in St. Louis. Parking garage. Hoping for a hoping for a non-stair related parking.
Hoping for a
spot.
handicap spot.
No. Drive all the way up to the top where you're exposed to the roof. Motherfuck. I'm walking downstairs like I have Down syndrome on Down syndrome.
It was
day.
Down syndrome day.
I know. That's probably why people were so nice to me, because
Right.
when you have this packed theater, there's probably, I don't know how much the Fox fits, but it was packed. And Billy did good. He's getting a little preachy.
Yeah.
Once people get fuck you money,
Things change.
I mean, you start here, and you drag the audience, and then you go, here. He wrote a movie, Bad Dads. Got paid a bunch of money for that. Old dads, yeah.
It was all right. It could have been so much better.
Too long.
It wasn't. I don't know if it was too long, but they dragged out the worst part of the whole fucking storyline. And like, it needed to be. And I hate that shit. You watch some of these comedies, and they're hitting on all 8 cylinders right in the beginning. Bang, 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 bang.
But
bang,
you want to,
and then there's that slight roads that one of the
crosswords, fucking
crosswords, yeah,
42 across
crossroads that one of the characters is having, and then it gets sappy.
Yeah.
And then they try to come back from that, and it's already too late. Now it's like a fucking rom-com. Stop.
But
if you're going to be funny, bring the fucking funny the whole time.
But the crosswords you're talking about.
Crosswords
you're talking about was like 45 minutes.
Yeah, that was the thing. It dragged on. I'm like,
drop it to 15. It's
5,
it's a blip.
And we're done.
Yeah, it's a blip, and you're back to it. It's back in the day, a good movie, blockbusters were, other than like fucking Titanic, were like hour 30, hour 40 if you're really pushing it.
Yeah.
But hour 30 was like it.
That was about it. Most films were between 90 and 100 minutes. That was right.
So they have all these like stats for comedians on Netflix where they go, okay, we want you to do an hour, but most people drop off after 30 minutes. So the execs at Netflix try to get comedians to put all of their best material in the first 30. And then what do you do with the fucking last 30?
Yeah.
For like the people that are actually
load.
fans.
Yeah.
And thank God Chappelle, thank God Burr, Bill Burr, Paper Tiger is probably one of the best specials of all fucking time.
That's funny as fuck.
But a lesser guy that's just getting the deal will probably listen to those people. But holy fuck, dude. Like, what are the stats to a movie like that? That is fucking, that movie was like 180 minutes.
I don't know about that, but it was long.
What was it called?
And,
Old Dads?
Old Dads.
It felt like 180 minutes. 144.
That's still two. It's almost 2.5 hours.
It's almost 2 hours. Yeah.
No, it's not almost 2 hours. It's over 2 hours, buddy. 120 is 2 hours, so it's almost 2.5 hours.
Is it really? God, time is weird, man.
And I mean, I've searched through Netflix. There's been nights I spent fucking 45 minutes to an hour looking for a fucking movie. I'm like, I could have almost finished the movie, and I'd come across one. I'm like, oh, this looks good. 2 hours and 13 minutes. No. I mean, I know I'm going to be up, but I'm not spending that much time getting invested in this fucking movie.
How long was Braveheart? I'm looking at it.
3 hours.
Okay, Braveheart was 2 hours and 50 minutes. An epic, right? First of all, I think The Patriot is way better than Braveheart.
I didn't care for Braveheart myself. I mean,
have you seen The Patriot?
No.
Dude, it's Mel Gibson right before the Revolutionary War. And he is like this guy that he trained with Indians, Native Americans, sorry. And he's a psychopath. Dude, it's probably my favorite Mel Gibson movie of all time. So good.
I don't think I've seen it.
What? It's so good. So Braveheart is hitting what? 250. You're telling me right now that you can't get a comedy sorry, a comedy that Bill Burr, the greatest American comedian in probably the last 7 years, if not longer, that he writes, he directs, and that thing's pushing 2 fucking hours?
Yeah.
Land the plane, buddy.
Yeah. I just, those movies.
Bobby Cannavale stole that thing.
Yeah, sure. I don't know who that is.
His buddy.
Sure.
You know, Bobby Cannavale.
Mm-hmm.
This guy should be a fucking star.
But he's not. Because nobody knows his name except for you.
Dude, you know the guy.
Do I?
Yeah.
How do you know I know the guy? Does your on-air light not work? That Vanilla Ice.
You know this guy.
That fucking low-rent Rob Van Winkle.
You would. How much money would you pay to look like this guy?
$0.
You look like this guy before he melted.
He didn't really melt. I mean, his fucking neck tells me he's.
If you start here, this is you. Like way out.
A little more round in the face.
Before he got sick.
Cock
You're
whistle.
him before he got sick.
Still don't know this guy.
Good shit.
Look at movies and shows.
Movies and shows. Got it.
Who's Rose Byrne?
Old Dads, Watchtower, Boardwalk Empire.
Not the watch. That's not the Watchtower, retard.
Sorry.
Jumanji.
Hey, don't be
I
racist.
saw that. That was pretty cool.
Boardwalk Empire, he was great
Didn't
in.
see that.
He shows his dick. Huge dick.
That's all CGI. Mall Cop, again, irrelevant. Didn't see him.
Irishman, didn't see it. I don't see a lot of movies anyways.
I somebody told me to watch Peaky Blinders.
Great. It's great.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. If you can get past that stupid fucking accent, you have to listen to people talking. And I made it about 18 minutes in. I said, I can't do it. I cannot listen to this. I cannot watch 6 seasons of this. I'm done. And
You should watch. What's the one with the Scottish people?
Yeah, because they fucking speak just even more better.
No, this one's really cool.
You just have this fucking fascination with people that talk with they have marbles in their mouth or dicks. Whatever.
I talk to you every day. Yes,
I know.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. When you called me today, you sounded totally coherent.
I did.
Not. My phone rings. It's like this.
Retardation.
Oh, hey, buddy. Yeah.
I'm changing your name in my phone right now to retardation. Calling.
That's fine.
I call you. You're like, oh boy.
Yeah. I'm walking on a treadmill like a fucking 58-year-old divorcee.
Last time you should never answer the phone with me in public.
Well, the second time you call me, 8 minutes later, I'm in the grocery store. I got beer for Jarian, who doesn't show up because he is
You ain't black.
Okay.
black.
First. Okay.
Oh,
fuck
shit.
face.
No, sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Take a big
This
step
is why you
back
should not have a
and
fucking
literally
soundboard, dude.
your own face.
They're small buttons.
They're
I got
not
really-
small buttons. They're an inch square.
Baby, I got really fat fingers.
You don't either. You don't. There's nothing fat about you.
They're a little girlish. They're fat girl fingers. When you call me, I'm carrying a frozen pizza in my armpit, 2 6-packs of beer,
She would have got frostbite.
2 6-packs of beer, and in this little clamp holding the 6-pack of beer, I got a little thing of sushi for me. I'm trying to be healthy.
Krista had sushi, I think, tonight.
You had sushi tonight? You think?
Krista did. I think
Oh,
she had
yeah.
sushi. Yeah.
It's good.
Friday nights here. We have it's pick your own meal tonight, so you can get whatever you want from wherever. So if 4 people in this family order from 4 different places, you get what you get, and everybody goes wherever.
I do.
Aubrey 99% goes to Chick-fil-A. Brady is split between Wendy's and McDonald's. Krista's up in the air. I try to switch it up. I ordered chicken finger sub one night. It came completely fucked up. By the time they replaced it and drove it over here an hour later,
got all barvaned up.
yeah, it was fucking even worse. I was pissed. I threw shit. I think I slammed the sub down. I think I fucking suplexed it. And I went on 3 weeks in a row ordering food, and it came back wrong every fucking time. So I said, I am not partaking at all. Well, today I came home, hung out with Brady. I may or may not have fallen asleep. And I woke up to Krista saying, hey, what do you want to eat? I'm like, oh, Brady wants Wendy's. I know. I already talked to him an hour ago. I'm like, oh, whoops. I guess I missed those text messages. And I'm like,
dude, you are the king of couch naps.
I'm like, I'm just going to eat chicken nuggets here. And then I couldn't find any chicken nuggets. So I had
fucking child.
Buffalo chicken wing logs.
Ew.
They're not bad. They're not bad.
Good.
They're not bad. It wasn't what I wanted or needed. So my asshole is whispering right now. I don't know if you caught it about 5 minutes ago. I leaned over. I was waiting for this fucking pop, and all it just like you fucking defrosted a window down there. What's going on here,
worst.
Man?
That is the worst.
Fuck.
I mastered. Okay, do you want to get into Las Vegas?
Yeah, we could touch on this quick. Yeah.
Okay.
We can get out of here, and then we can come back to the hard-hitting topics that I have.
Oh, God.
Hard-hitting. They're just shit to talk about.
Daryl's driving the show.
Yeah, you're welcome, everybody.
This is Daryl today. Beep, beep. I'm a mime. Look at you try to find that straw like a cock, you fucking gay shit.
So before I made this, I had an idea.
I wish you made it with a shotgun.
I know, me too.
Pervert.
I was like, I took this picture and I took a pint glass and I measured how many glasses of water I could fit in it. Meanwhile, I did not fucking take into the fact that I'd have to fill it with ice. So there's the volume changes.
Sure.
And I had to put, I did get the good.
You're like a drunk Mr. Wizard.
Yeah. I got the good margarita mix from the liquor store that already has tequila in it. But if you add an extra shot of tequila, it makes it just a touch better. So I actually measured it. So I said, okay, I can get 4 glasses of margaritas. So who's not going to drink 4 margaritas during a fucking podcast that's going to go on for 6 hours? This guy.
It's true.
So I make this fucking picture of margaritas and I look at it and I go, I had a full beer in my hand when I came down here. I'm just staring at this going, there's no fucking way I am finishing this.
It's halfway gone.
Well, yeah, once I start, because this has got the ice thing in the middle.
And if you look at the circumference of the thing, it's wider up on top.
It gets narrower.
I know.
It's going to go faster.
Yeah.
So then guess what?
All the good stuff's at the bottom
ice.
too, probably.
I have extra ice. I have a hammer to smash the ice.
Good.
Because tools. I mean, who doesn't use tools to make fucking mixed drinks?
Psh, gay people.
And I think Krista already changed the sheets, so. I already tried to tell her, I'm like, things are going to happen tonight. She's like,
an absolute
I'm like,
invalid.
sorry, your ass looks fucking amazing in those leggings, and I'm quite aroused.
Did she buy the ones with the this? Like the little lift in it?
I don't know.
Oh, dude, there's these ones. Dude.
How'd they feel when you tried them on?
Dude, like Peter Pan. I felt fucking like, I started dancing for. You put leggings on like that and your hand, look at that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Your shoulder will fall out of joint. Like a fucking, look at this. Anyways, I mastered a talent in Las Vegas.
All right. So, I'm going to ask just some questions. I'll let you answer them here. Okay. You went to Las Vegas literally a day after Afro Man, basically, right?
Yeah.
You got back Sunday and you left Monday.
Got home at 10 at night and
how did you get home at 10 at night? We both got home at the same fucking time, dude.
Okay, maybe got home at 6.
Yeah, I got home at 6. Yeah. It was a 4.5-hour drive. It took me 6 hours.
Yeah, mine was a 6-hour drive. It took me 6 hours.
I had trouble.
Yeah, so
drive home ever.
Got home at 6, packed for Vegas, was up at 4 a.m, gone. Daryl, go.
So you went to Las Vegas. Business or pleasure trip? This is the A and B question. There's no gray area.
So
here.
I met
Which
a
one?
client out there.
Okay, this is what I thought.
So it was business,
Okay,
but
I
no,
thought it was
like
business.
zero pleasure. Daryl, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so it was just you and Tanya went out on this business-ish plan vacation?
No, Sean
or
Connery, British.
I fucking butchered that. I was waiting for the fucking. I'm so excited to continue this path. Thank you.
You forgot all the buttons. Yay!
I deserved every inch. Of
No, brought the kids. Daryl, go ahead. Yep. Mhm.
that. You've been to Vegas
A bunch of times.
at least 15 times. I'm hearing.
Yeah, I would say
I
that's
do
close.
I have proof that those words came out of your mouth. or
Why
your
do you
thumbs.
think? First of all, why don't you think that's true?
I don't, but that point is going
I
to come
worked for a
back down the
company
road
where
here.
I would have to go there
That's great. Dude,
2 or
that-
3 times a year
it's
for like 4 years
fantastic that
straight.
You've been to Vegas that many times and are still a complete and utter fucking retard about going out there. So, okay, well, let's get to it.
Okay.
You went to Vegas kind of on a business. It was a reason to go on a vacation, and you
Yeah.
had a little business to take care of. Okay.
A little write off. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. So that's great. And you took your children,
Mhm.
who are ages what?
8 and 10.
You took your children to Las Vegas.
Mhm.
Las Vegas is called what? What is the term that everybody throws around? You're going out to.
I think it stands for the Vegas.
No, this is not the whale's vagina. It is called Sin City.
Sure.
You don't take kids to fucking Vegas. Phil, thanks, fucking Ortez. Thank you.
Ortez
We
is in
talked about
England.
this.
He
I don't
doesn't
think-
count right now.
He's in England?
I think so.
Oh,
Ortez,
fuck,
are you in
it's like
England?
it's tomorrow there.
Oh,
He's in Tomorrowland.
they're like, look at that big black man. That's the biggest black man I've ever seen. Look at those lips. Like the Queen's pearls.
Anyhow, thanks. Fine, dude, he's on one right now.
Yeah.
He's been drinking. This is going to be great.
He had one beer of actual real beer in a country where they're not racist. He's living his best life.
So you spent,
Oh, Jesus Christ, Ortez.
what was it? Because you weren't on time?
Too easy.
Too fucking low hanging fruit. So you willingly
Mhm.
took an 8 and 10-year-old
Yeah.
to the most debaucherous city in the United States. And you thought that was going to be okay.
Well, yeah.
I
so
don't even want to take my kids out of the fucking county somewhere.
here's the thing. There are things in Vegas to do that are not just about you going into a poker room and I don't see you for 10 hours. Okay? There is. The problem with that I've experienced in my truth is that those things cost $400 every time you do those things. Because Vegas wants you to pour your money into a casino.
Okay. So, okay. Finish your thought because I have to go to Ortez's comment.
Oh, shit. Shit. I fucked up.
Excuse me.
I fucked up. Hold on. Oh, God, I fucked up.
You're fucked up. We just.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. So, yeah, there's things to do. And there were some really fun things to do.
Yep, I'm sure.
There's this thing called Meow Wolf.
Yep.
And it's like this. Do you know what this is?
Nope.
Okay. It's this like super.
Are we in the trust tree? Or are we in the honest nest right now?
Ish. Yeah.
Okay. I don't fucking care. You took your kids to Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm incensed over this, if you can't tell. You and Phil both did it.
Probably wasn't a good move. I wouldn't do it again.
I mean, you
Went
know
to the
more
Grand
than left
Canyon. That was
in our
great.
group
London, what's up?
text. What's up, London? In our group text, I said, Ortez, over under how many days before fucking Baum wants to kill himself and realize this is a terrible decision? I said 3 was the line. Over was 4, and you hit it on Thursday.
Yeah.
Kept the
So
receipts.
you lost. What's up? Yeah, there were some things to do. It was cool. But I think the thing that the kids didn't like more than anything was that you don't realize how much you walk in Vegas. You walk a lot in Vegas. Daryl, go ahead.
How many times has your wife been in Las Vegas?
I think once. Yeah. Daryl.
You of at least 15 trips to Las Vegas.
Why don't you think I've been to Las Vegas?
I'm not doubting it, dude.
Stop using air quotes, you
it's
fucking
a quote. I am quoting you,
bitch.
I am quoting you. I'm quoting you.
No, but we do this. It means it'll believe
Well, I can't
you.
just say it because then it's just hearsay. I am quoting you at least 15 times.
London,
Yeah.
I'll Uber you everywhere.
No, dude. Why? We got to fucking run a
No,
truck from
Greenpeace
Home
will come
Depot
down with the
to
tarp.
get his ass around.
Make sure he's got water on him.
You listened. You let a relative Vegas rookie, I'm guessing if this is her first trip,
Yes.
tell you what to do out there when you've been there 15 times and knew better. You couldn't trump that decision to say, hey, walking right now seems possible. It is not in our best interest.
So let me tell you.
You couldn't override that decision.
Let me tell you
Fuck.
something very important that you need to hear. You are making all the sense in the world.
Dude, yeah. How much does that fucking piss you off a little bit?
It doesn't. You sound exactly like my therapist. My therapist says I need to be more of a narcissist.
An arsonist?
A narcissist.
I thought you meant an arsonist.
I think my therapist wants me to set my wife on fire.
I love Tanya. I really do.
I
But
do.
After what I was told last week, I kind of want to set her on fire.
Like
the second or third trip to Vegas, Krista went with me. We hopped into Dino's. We kind of bootlegged his trip. His stepsister was getting married, whatever. We wanted to go to the Pawn Stars.
Yeah. Did I tell you
We
that?
were
Was I
staying
texting you
at the
during that?
Oh, fuck, man. Dude, this was 10 years ago.
No, did I text you guys about this?
I think you said you were up there in that area. Yes, you did because I fucking
I'm getting a beer so I can rant. Okay. Go ahead. This is again, this is going to make me divorced.
Yes, I can't.
I'm cool with it. Let's go.
Yeah. So, we're staying at the Flamingo, middle of the strip, and we jump in a cab, and it's I don't know, $15. Couldn't go up the strip because it was packed, so he took us out to whatever 15, all the way north, and dipped over and came over and got off at the pawn store. Go to the pawn store. Now, this is Chris's first time in Vegas. My second or third, I really didn't kind of know what was going on. Go to the pawn store. We were on, and I mean, if we're talking, we're on a budget. Putting a $20 bill in a slot machine meant one of us might not be able to eat. It was just whatever.
With her tits, you could have made $10,000.
I'll get to that story in 2 seconds.
Okay.
So we walk out of the pawn store.
I'll throw a 500 right now in Venmo if I could see
End
more
of
of them.
September.
Left one.
End of September. First couple days of October. The cabbie told us that it was actually October 1st. First day in October it's ever been over 100 degrees in Vegas. Hot
Thanks
as
a lot,
fuck.
Trump.
Well, guess what? We walk out of the pawn store. Guess what we see? The Stratosphere's right fucking there. The little chapel's right there. Let's walk to the Stratosphere and figure it out from there. If we got to catch a cab, then we catch a cab. No big deal. We walked for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We never got any closer.
Still not there. Yeah.
Not even close. We were fucking dying.
That's the thing that and this is weird, and we've been really best friends for, I would say, close to 20 years.
Let's not push it, asshole.
How long was 20 years ago?
2014.
No.
No, 2004. I'm drinking fucking margaritas out of a pitcher.
I moved away from Buffalo in 2007. So let's call it 15 years.
Let's go 2010, 11, because I was dating Krista around then, and
I got married then.
I was one of your best men in your wedding, asshole.
I understand that, but
how long you been married?
Too long? Is it too long a number?
Too long is the right number.
So that's the thing. So no matter what you're seeing, no matter how close it appears, David Blaine shows up and makes it farther away. So
true story. I couldn't believe it. You look at it on a map, it ain't that fucking far. You start walking, it is forever.
Daryl, we were really good friends. I would say we became very, very close friends in 2007 when London wouldn't show up to go to that party.
I must. Right? I bought my house in 2008. So 2007 was probably about right when London threw that hissy fit and wouldn't go to Wild Wings.
Yeah.
I was dating Chris, hanging out with Krista. We weren't dating then. And you're like, a change. And we're like, oh, I don't care. Is there beer? We're going.
Yeah, it's free. And
so,
that's
okay, yeah. So, fuck, dude, that's 17 years ago.
There we go. 17 years.
Yeah.
You've been started slow.
No, it didn't.
No, it was just romance. It was just love at day one.
Straight romance.
So, yeah, London, we were supposed to go to Micah. Remember Micah? He was going to do open bar at Wild
Wings on Elmwood.
Near your house. And then they switched it to the one in Amherst, I think.
Yes, on
Maple?
Transit. Yeah, up by Maple. Yeah, it was North Amherst there. Yeah. It was up there.
And so then you said you weren't going to go. But
absolute hissy fit.
You know, because you're self-important. It's fine. Back then, skinny London.
I don't know. He was always skinny for like
But now we get like, I love you, London. You know?
What's changed, bro?
Oh, dude. He's had moments. Anyways, we're past it, and I love you. It doesn't matter. All right. No matter where you are, even if you're next to the building, if there's something in the building that you need to get to, it's still 35 minutes of walking. Mm-hmm. It sucks.
And it's usually hot as fuck, too.
The temperature was palatable. It was fine.
Oh.
It was a little cold some days, actually. But
it was winterish while you're there, and it wasn't bad, right?
Dude, it was like Buffalo type wind one of the days. Because I guess there's this really big Ferris wheel that you can go on, and they have unlimited drinks in the Ferris wheel.
Oh, the high roller.
Yeah. So it's like $40 a person, but you just get gassed up because it takes like fucking an hour to go from the bottom to the top and around. So you could just rifle beers in for $30. I should have done it. But the one day that Max wanted to do it, the wind was so bad, you could see things moving. And I'm like, I'm not going to take it. It's slow as fuck.
It is very slow. You can get open bar in that thing too.
Yeah. So for $30 it's open bar or something like that, 30 or $40. I wasn't going to play that game. But yeah, I think the biggest mistake. Okay. So let's say hypothetically, this is an argument where even my therapist said I needed to assert myself. Assert myself means get in an argument, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So she wants to ride the monorail.
I will.
She wants to ride the monorail.
All right.
Okay. Last time I was in Vegas, getting an Uber was like $58 to go down the street because it was during like massive convention times. Right now, when we were there, it was like $15.
That's what it was when we were out there.
Yeah. Super cheap.
From where we were staying at the Stratosphere down to the middle of the strip was $17.
Sure. Yeah. So She's like, I'm going to buy the pass for all of us for 24 hours. We can just ride the monorail.
It doesn't go all that far.
It doesn't. And if you're not stopping at the stop to go to the place that you're stopping at, you're still a mile a fucking way from anything. So I say, listen, we rode the monorail. We did it. The kids don't want to walk anymore. Let's just Uber. And she goes, but I just bought all these tickets. And I was like, I told you not to buy the tickets. Let's just Uber. And this is where even the therapist is saying, you should have asserted yourself. And I was like, I like to come. So sometimes I just say, okay. And then all the kids get on my side and like, Mac's like, this is fucking bullshit. and you know, it sucks. We did happenstancely. That's gotta be a word.
I mean, it took a little for you to get it out, but I mean, happenstance is a word. Happenstancely, I'll allow it.
It's gotta be a word.
I'll allow it.
So stop at this one place, and my kid, when we did the podcast at Vinny's, people were surprised at how much Max knew about the Titanic.
You forced him to watch the movie 27.
No, he's read books on it.
I know.
Like adult books.
He was fucking reading books there.
Yeah.
People were talking about it while he was going to the bathroom.
He's a genius.
Again, you fucking bring your kids to a fucking bar.
Well, okay.
You've made some really poor decisions in your life.
Yeah. So we walk into this place just to sit down, eat some lunch. We're sitting down, and there's a fucking Titanic exhibit. I'm like, well, how much is that? It's like $30 a ticket for adults, 15 for kids. If we hadn't have stopped, and if we hadn't have done the walking plan that a certain person wanted to do, we would have never found it. And that to me was one of the highlights. I was 5 feet away from a piece of the Titanic. That was actually kind of crazy. Because you know me, I'm a history guy.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
And
it's not
surreal.
my jam, but it's definitely your jam. And I mean, sometimes it's kind of cool listening to you talk about shit like that. It's interesting, but
it was surreal. It was cool.
So speaking of walking in Las Vegas, while you were talking, I last time you and I were in Vegas alone, which should never have happened.
London, it was awesome. It was so cool.
I left my 2-month-old son at home and went and fucking raged with you in the desert.
Not like the Puerto Rican chick that just left her kid to die. I left
her with, his mom and everything. That's cool. So we walk out of Stratosphere, and the one morning we were fucking hungover and we had to eat.
The one morning we were hungover?
Well, how many days? We went to Denny's, I think, 2 days in a row.
2 or 3, yeah.
Whatever. And there's a Denny's
next to the Strat.
Relative. I mean, is anything really next to anything in Vegas?
No.
Okay.
No.
So
I would say a 20-minute walk.
So we looked up Dino's, the last dive bar in Las Vegas.
Yep.
It's fucking right next to our hotel. Just look it up. It's an 11-minute walk.
Yeah.
Well, while we were there, it was the first week of June, which was when the World Series of Poker kicked off, and that's why I was out there. It was pretty much like being on the surface of the sun.
That's a hard fact.
That was the longest 11-minute walk I've ever taken.
Yeah.
And it's flat. I mean, obviously it's flat. You're in the middle of fucking desert. There's nothing there. And it was just walking and walking. And you could see it, but it never gets any closer.
Yeah. And after that, I'm like...
And this was... So we went to breakfast, I don't know, 10 or 11 in the morning. We raged hard, like always. And we walked into Dino's. We opened the door creaked.
So you're walking through Las Vegas in June, and the sun is literally up your asshole. It is so bright.
Right over your head.
It's so bright. It's like that weird level in Mario 3 where the sun's just like, fuck you, bitch.
It just starts following you around,
Yeah.
fucking you up. Yeah.
And you open the door to Dino's, and it's like you're walking into the fucking bat cave. Like there's one
It's
light
an
bulb.
unlit bat cave.
Yes.
Bruce Wayne's bat cave has way more lights than Dino's.
Yeah, there's at least switches. There's
Dino's is a small little dive bar with like a Z kind of shaped bar with video poker and a side room where they do big time karaoke. Like they have like big name people come
Dave
in there.
Grohl goes there to do karaoke.
Yeah,
Carrot
the Killers play there. Carrot
Yep.
Top is we were there. He was one of the drunks of the month. They have a
Yes.
drunk of the month club. Carrot Top was definitely he was like February, March. We were in there in June. Again, we walk in there and this place has got 4 fucking light bulbs for the whole place. It is pitch black. I immediately walk right into a fucking high top. It's noon.
That's so funny. I was like, hey, watch that. Gadoosh.
And then you tripped over the fucking bar stool right after that.
Sure did.
And then we had one of the most epic days ever.
Yeah.
Just sitting there gambling low stakes just because we thought we would get free drinks.
Well, the chick goes, hey, there's a little button behind the machine. There's 3 buttons.
It's a light, yeah. It's a light.
There's red, yellow, green. If you're in green, it means that you get whatever you want for free. And so I would be like, am I green? She's like, you should bet a little higher on this one. I'm like, great. Bet a little higher. Green. I'll take a bourbon. It's fucking 1 in the afternoon.
That was just when Vegas started doing that.
Yeah.
Because at the Stratosphere, we went to the bar to get a beer, and the guy's like $5. And we're like, well, we're playing. He's like, you're not playing fast enough or enough. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, so I got to pour $100 every 5 minutes into this machine to get a free fucking beer. So that's when they just started the little light system behind all the stations.
I kind of like it.
And at that point, it got to be that point that that girl didn't give a fuck.
Madison.
Yes.
Great chick.
We were gambling. I mean, not crazy amounts. And we were throwing money in a bar. We're like, hey, man, if we got to pay, we're going to pay. And I mean, at the end of the day, we left her. She's like, I go, what's our tab? She's like,
Zero.
We're like, what do you mean? We just drank 104 beers.
I was up 200 the one day.
Yeah, you guys are fine. And we just fucking threw her like 60 or $100. We're like, here you go.
Yep.
We're good. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll be back. Are you working tomorrow? Yeah, I am.
We'll be back.
I'm like, I should just fucking marry her. And I could come here.
She was young.
Yeah.
Her grandfather.
Yeah, great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather or something used to own it. And somehow it's going down through the family. And her brother actually was starting to buy it, whatever. It is, if anybody listening has ever been to Vinny's,
Go to Dino's.
Go to Dino's in Las Vegas. It is the fucking most chillest, quietest, relaxing place ever. I imagine on Friday and Saturday nights it gets popping with the karaoke.
Well, no, I went there.
You're only there during the day. So.
I went there at probably 2 a.m. on a Saturday. When the second last time I was in Vegas.
Times?
Yes. I don't know why you're so mad at me that I've been to Vegas more than you.
I'm not.
Why is that a thing? Let's talk about that.
You've been there that long and you don't know shit about that city.
I don't know anything about anything. Like I
don't know shit about
grocery store. I'm bad directionally. Okay. Okay. Is that what you want me to say?
No, man. I just can't believe you went to Vegas and took your kids for 1. And then 2, listen to your wife tell you what to do while you're out there. What she thought was best because you've been there.
Okay, El Bundy. Yeah, you're the fucking queen of chick whispering. You yell that more than I do.
Yeah.
A lot. And you piss the bed, which is a problem.
I haven't done that in a long time. Tonight we changed things. Honestly, this is 4 margaritas. I measured it. It looks like way more. And my wife's like, I was trying to measure shit out. She goes, hey, asshole, why don't you just put a fucking straw in it? And apparently, I didn't.
She's smarter than you.
It was kind of like a joke, but she was kind of right. And I didn't. And as I was getting ready to come down here, I'm like, I could sense some tension. So I walked over and I'm like, hey, What's up? She's like, oh, nothing. And I'm like, oh, there it is. I'm fine. Fuck. There it is. So she's like, yeah, I made a joke about the straw. And you got Dicky. I'm like, I just didn't think a straw was feasible. Nor was me pouring these into a cup at this rate.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, you have topics for the next one.
I got a few we can touch on some shit. Just change it up a little bit. So we had the Afro Man recap. You going to Las Vegas like a fucking retard with your kids. Kind of regretted it by day 4.
Yeah, I mean, when have you ever gone anywhere with your kids and
Nowhere.
not
I won't.
regretted it?
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, so,
We are going to Key West next February on break with the fucking kids.
okay, I'll come visit.
No,
Yeah, no, there's a nude bar. You got to go to it.
I was planning the whole trip. She's already looking at Airbnbs and all this shit.
I will come in for one night. You meet me out for one night. We go to the nude bar. It's great.
I'm not telling you when we're going.
It's so many fat people naked. It's
You like to see home naked?
you
Home is where you make it.
Home is where you naked. Yeah, man. Homos are naked, dude. Yeah, I got it.
Homos are naked.
Yeah, there's a completely nude bar in Key West above a bar that Hemingway used to drink at, because I'm a Hemingway guy, so I gotta do the whole Hemingway journey. And I went up there with Tanya and my friends, and I started taking off clothes. And everyone else that I'm with is not taking off their clothes. I was gonna leave the underwear on because I don't got walk around dick, I don't even have like have sex dick. It's an appendage at this point, My dick's like a spatula that you kind of have to use if the other good spatula isn't around.
The one like the tip's busted off.
Yeah, it's got some problems, but it's functional, I guess. All right, we'll get out of here for a minute. Go take a pee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the kids to bed and go looking for dinner.
We'll be back in about 20 minutes after this fiasco. Is your wife home?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Yep.
9:30 on a Friday. Got it. Cool. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, she's got a life, man. Just
right.
does her thing.
I'm gonna shoot you the shit that I have to talk about in case you want to fucking take it.
No, surprise me.
Deep water. That's fine.
Surprise me.
Yeah.
All right.
It's nothing great. It's nothing groundbreaking. So.
Keep fucking that chicken.